what I'm saying is that I'm going to introduce a different type of yoga, which is a yoga that's not really been seen in the past, but I call it the Shunya yoga, or the zero yoga. So let's look into that for a little. What exactly is Shunya yoga? And you'll be able to understand a little bit more when you actually start reading the book that I'm working on, wherein I equate Shunya yoga, or union with ness, as not only the highest form of individuality, but it is still in the same way Shunya, or zero, wherein the individual, which is the ego, dissolves into the Shunya, or the no mind, thanks to a Sadguru. But also you can use a process of mind techniques, and that's basically what I'm going to discuss in this Shunya yoga. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to just read things randomly. So the idea behind this is that if you really are at one with the Supreme, or with everything, then you really are at one with nothing, and you're basically yourself. That's all it really means. So how can you be really yourself, and being everything at the same time? So the philosophy behind this goes to actually if you look at we just discussed the Shri Goraksha Rahasya, and basically what came up with in the Shri Goraksha Rahasyam, Shri Shiva Goraksha Rahasyam, are basically my Sadguru Nath, or Yogiraj Siddhanath, or if you meet Lord Babaji himself, then you will have a different experience which will testify to what Shunya yoga would basically be. So from the stance of the common man, such as myself, I think the easy thing to understand about Shunya yoga is basically renunciation, and the effects of renunciation, or the years of years. So what we're talking about here really is just almost like it's almost like a projection on not only experiences that at least I can tell, to some degree, my experience of Goraksha through my guru, or I can tell you, well, my initiated by Goraksha, and he gives freely the no mind state. I didn't really have to work for it much. I just went to see him, he meditated, he gave me his blessing, and some difference the first time. As time went on, it was actually something that I noticed even more and more. So this type of thing is what I'm trying to say. Now, if you look at the Buddha also mentioned the goal when you finish Buddhahood, you actually attain to nothing. So you attain nothing. To nothing. Is it to nothing, or just one nothing? So no thing, knowing nothing, not a thing, not a thing. You have to, when you look into what they're saying, and you start breaking down the semantics of information, you'll notice that there's actually hidden messages within hidden messages within hidden messages within hidden messages, and all this ties up together. Now, this thing that I just mentioned is really not about Mahayogi Gorakshanath, but it's part of how basically I have come to appreciate Goraksha. And I would say, so going back to chapter 18 of Bhagavad Gita, renunciation. So every time now in the future that you get merit, remember folks, you are basically working in your mind. So the problem with people is that they think that, let's say they do something good, like you pick up some trash from the floor in the street and then you put it in the garden. People would like to have merit from human beings in a physical sense. You would like the result of your merit to be somebody loves you, somebody hugs you, somebody kisses you, somebody gives you money. Humans like this type of merit. So considering, yeah, maybe my merit will be I will have less karma, then fear starts to kick in, because the idea of karma is not really as tangible for a human being as somebody seeing you, giving you a kiss, and loving you, or even let's take it a step further, a woman coming into and grabbing your balls, What is the meaning of this? Why am I using this example? Is because it's actually easier to go to a lower chakra, something that's very innate, something that's very material, and then, or even pain. If I told you what's this experience for you? Is it you think of buying a car, or is it when somebody takes a brand of iron and touches you on your chest and then basically brands something on your chest, like this happened to many slaves in the past? So what I'm trying to say here is that this difference in there, that when we start analyzing things, the devil will not hurt you physically. The devil will actually attack you from the mind, and he will say, you have succeeded in this, you have succeeded in that. And essentially, just reading this beautiful excerpt of Shiva Goraksha Rahasyam, it's not, and in my experience, what I've come to see is that there is a lot of if you look at Indian society,